Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Motivated Entrepreneurs. I am your host, Dean Booty, and I've seemed to have this little bit of orange card in my hand for the past 3 days recordings. I don't know where it's come from. It's been on my desk and I fiddle with it. Anyway, it is Wise Wednesdays. It is episode 239. I say Wise Wednesdays. Not every Wednesday is a Wise Wednesday, but I just thought this was really meaningful. Again, this is something that happened in my life and I'm willing to give you the example. So misdirected anger. Be careful where your anger comes from. Proportion anger and upset in the right direction at the right proportion. So what do I mean about that? It's so interesting because do you know what? I did an episode a little bit back about kicking a cat, and it's exactly the same as that, but just put in different words. So when I'm at work or when you're at work, you might get stressed, you might get upset, you might get, and you all the pressure throughout the day, and you're still carrying that stress on your shoulders. You come in and your kid might do something a little bit wrong, or your wife might do something a little bit wrong. You might snap at them. And guess what? You're not really snapping at them. You're snapping at all the other things that have gone wrong in your day. And that is called misdirected anger. And we all do it. There's not one person here listening to this right now who doesn't do it. We all do it, and it's okay. But just be mindful of it. You've got to direct and proportion your anger in the right directions, at the right person, not at the innocent people. We all take it out on other people when something bad happens. For me, for example, I know that my wife and me, my wife's been, she's got a hip problem, and at the minute she's got a sinuses problem. And I know when she gets angry at me, it's not really angry at me because I haven't bloody done anything. She's angry at the issue. So two ways of thinking this, right? When my wife gets angry at me, when I know she's been ill or she's got sinuses and stuff, she's not really angry at me. She's angry at the situation, the problem, the issue that she's having. And so you've got to understand it when you are receiving misdirected anger. Don't fight misdirected anger with anger back, because then they will have a reason to be angry with you. So number one, don't fight back with misdirected anger, because you know that person. I know my wife, she's just venting. Allow the person to vent. Sometimes you've got to be the punch bag, and it's okay to be the punch bag. Maybe if you dare, talk to them after when they've calmed down. But number two is don't be the person who's misguiding that anger, because I do it. I know I've had a bad back, and I must have been an absolute nightmare to live with. My back was always hurting, and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't play football. I couldn't go running. And all the time, it would just be a little thing that my wife would do. And it would be a way to me to vent that anger, vent that frustration. And I would vent it at her. And I do it now. I'm sure we all do it. There's nobody listening, like I say, who can't say they did. Last night, I was talking about buying a self-storage. The conversation that with the other owner didn't go the way I wanted it. I could feel myself frustrated. I was frustrated when I come home. It was about 8 o'clock after I picked up the excuse me, I don't like coughing on. Damn it. And yeah, it was 8 o'clock after I picked up the shopping. And I knew that I was sensing a little bit of frustration, anger. And my wife said something and I was like, and I snapped. I'm like, oh no, sorry. I misdirected the anger and I caught it. So just be mindful that we all vent, we all misdirect the anger, but be careful. Be mindful of where this anger comes from and the upset, because sometimes we just carry around the anger, the upset, the anguish, the stress, and we don't even realize we're carrying it forward. All we know is that all of a sudden, we burst. And so what I want you to do is just be mindful. Just think about where the anger comes from. And then for me, does it really matter? So my anger last night, it came from a problem that we wasn't seeing eye to eye with a deal. I wanted to do a deal. I wanted to buy a self-storage facility, but the valuations was 150 grand out. It's a big deal. That was my maximum. I couldn't go any higher. He couldn't go any lower. 150 grand out, no deal. And I was frustrated because of all the time, the effort and everything. And so I had to audit that and think, does it really matter? And so what I want you to do is be mindful of where your anger comes from. Does it really matter? Ultimately, does it matter? And I've realized that now I've said this about my wife getting angry at me and misdirecting the anger. I know that now, tonight, when I get home, if she listens to this, if she hears about it, then I am going to be in trouble and I'm going to get probably not misdirected anger. I'm going to get full-blown directed anger. So nobody tell her. Nobody tell her. She's perfect. Anyway, I've just realized that while I was talking, I was like, holy shit, I'm in trouble tonight. I've just said something that I shouldn't have done. Anyway, tomorrow, we are talking about empowering your team, and your team could also be your family. I will speak to you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.